The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. And like, I felt that. Like I was trying, you know what I mean? Like I felt that when I read that. And of course it's from Zuck, which I don't know, he might be the dorkiest man on the planet, but he's also super intelligent and runs a pretty decent business. So
Yeah.
I listen to him.
You figured something out along the way.
Oh, but you know what? I think about this, like obviously I want to talk about this as far as like how it goes with real estate, but I think about this in our business too. You know, Lauren, like with Girls with Grit,
Oh, for sure.
there's so many places along the way of building Girls with Grit and creating this like amazing community where we've taken some like massive risks, right? Like, I mean, just starting the group to begin with, huge risk. Like, we definitely could have said, well, what if they don't like us? What if they don't like what we have to say? What if we say the wrong thing? What if they don't like the way we look? What if they don't like my voice? What if they don't like the way that, you know, my hair is? Like all of these things, but we still did the damn thing, right? Like we went out there and we took the risk and we did it. And then we did another risk when we decided that the middle of the pandemic was the ideal time to host our first Girls with Grit conference live.
Well, we mitigated that risk by doing it in a state that was actually open, which was in Nashville, but it was a good time.
Yeah. So we decided, oh yeah, for sure, we should absolutely do an in-person event in 2021. And that was another risk. And then we went bigger the next year. We were like, well, certainly we should sign a $300,000 contract and just hope that everybody comes to Beach Fest. Like that sounds good. And we kept taking risks, and we took a risk with coaching, and we took a risk on this event, like with Beach Retreat. Who else thought we might have officially lost our minds when we decided to put 75 women, lock them in houses for 3 days and just hope that like nothing happened. Like
Yeah, it was yeah, we're kind of wild, but you know, every time we've done that, it's paid off. Like I can't think of any time where I'm trying to think. I'm sure there have been places along the way where we've taken certain risk and it's just kind of been a flop, but for the most part, it when we've shown up, like our community's met us there, and that's just been so cool to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And had we not taken those risks, we wouldn't be in the place now. And we're still growing, but we wouldn't be in that place now to really like have that perspective and see how cool it is. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that you just said something though too, that a lot of this is because when we've chosen, especially inside of Girls with Grit, to take risks, you just have to go for it. You can't like waddle your way in there, put your toe in the water, see if it's going to work, all of that. You have to go for it. You have to because that's like one thing that I refuse to do in any part of my life, and I know you do too, Lauren, is to turn around and be like, wow, I could have done a better job of that, right? And I know that we hear that like over and over and over again from you ladies, is like, wow, you guys like knock it out of the park, you do all the things, you guys go wild. And it's because I don't want to turn around and be like, that was a missed opportunity, right? And I think it's the same in our real estate businesses too, right? We have like a lot of changes that are happening. The market is changing, the buyer dynamic is changing, the way buyers make decisions is changing. Buyer agent compensation is changing. We talked about that at length at Beach Retreat, and you know how we wanted to handle that. But like at the end of the day, if you just keep doing the same shit that you've done for the last 5 years of your career and expect to continue to see success in this market, it's not going to happen.
Nope. I was thinking about that yesterday. I was actually just driving and thinking, and I was thinking back to what I did when I first got into real estate, or even like the first 10 years of real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And not that those tactics don't work, they still work, but I really do like attribute a lot of my success in this industry to being able to pivot and like being okay, like taking certain risks, like showing up a different way on social media, or maybe marketing a different way outside of the box than what the agent down the street does. Like, and sometimes it's not these big, huge things. Sometimes it's not going out on the limb for $350,000 with a personal guarantee at a Marriott, right? But but sometimes it's these little things along the way that really just change the trajectory of your business.
Mhm.
But it's these little risks that you have to take. It's like you said, not being worried what somebody's going to think about you because you had this idea. And that happens to me a lot. Like I'll have this random marketing idea and I'm like, where the heck did that come from? And it sounds a little cheesy and it sounds a little off the wall. And then I do it and it's successful. But how do you know if you don't try it? You
Right.
know?
And let's be honest, like, not everything's gonna be successful, right? But, like, how many people really even remember the things that we did that maybe didn't go off exactly the way that we had hoped, right? Or didn't hit the way that we hoped that they would? I mean, you have to take the leap. You have to do it, and